Another year, another iceberg. We have part 2 of the Terraria Iceberg. Part 1 will be linked in the description if you haven't seen it already. This video is going to be formatted a little bit differently. We're only going to cover a few of the iceberg theories or mysteries or Easter eggs in exchange of hopefully being a little bit more in depth. I also have a special guest discussing the theories with me. That person being my good friend Jared. So that being said, it's time for the gamer facts and logic. So I'm pretty much just going to launch right into this one. I am so thrilled that you're doing this with me because I wrote out a whole script with a bunch of terrible jokes and it was awful. And I got to delete it and I'm so thrilled.
That's like thinking you have to do a presentation by yourself and then you get like assigned to like a team or something. It's like, oh man,
Exactly.
I can just go along with the team, and if it's crappy, then we all lost instead of I just lost.
Precisely. So I'm getting you with the video tanks. So, to give you the quick rundown, we have an image of an iceberg and multiple tiers of the iceberg, and each tier has mysteries or, you know, little known facts, just weird oddities. You might be looking through the whole thing and you might realize that there's a lot, but don't fear. If I did all of this in one video, I wouldn't be able to make it into a monetizable series. So we're I handpicked just a few.
Okay.
And we're just going to go through them. And I'm going to pretty much read off the theory, and I'm going to have you kind of react to it a little bit.
All right.
And when you're inevitably wrong about if the theory is true or false, or what it actually is, I get to insult you in jest, of course, and then provide the actual information. And then
good.
We move on.
Oh. Oh, that just sounds lovely. When do we begin?
So the theory on the actual iceberg is 4chan player obsessed with game created over 5,000 characters. So I believe this you know, random 4chan thread, right? Originally it was about asking, hey, if you were to spend 3 years in a prison and you could only play one game during that entire time, what game would you pick? Now, Terraria is a reasonable choice for that, but this guy, just unprompted, right?
Right.
He said Terraria in response, but he went a little bit further, so much so to where he said that he created 3,500 characters for one map. One map, not like separate playthroughs, but for one map. He's populating one map and filling it with different like storylines. He goes deep into it and he has screenshots and photos, and like it says here, he has real economic models to control the economy.
3,500 characters. I mean, like, imagine like 30 characters. That's like a lot.
I wonder if he's written in like deaths for certain characters. Like he makes one and he's like, this one is destined to die in 3 years. It would save a lot of time on the building aspect of it. Actually, one of my favorite parts of this 4chan thread is on the top right. Presumably this is the photo of like part of the housing map. Right. And someone commented, you know, despite the insane amount of characters, you still build ugly commie blocks. He's not wrong.
Is the whole world like that? Is the whole world just all these little rooms?
Like those, I don't know what like region it's from, but like those apartments where like it's pretty much just a locker that you like slide in. You have a bed and that's it.
Like those dystopia worlds where it's
Yeah.
like, here's your closet to live in.
A little less of a serious one, but an interesting one nonetheless. At one point in every Terraria playthrough, you probably talk to the Dryad, and the Dryad
Right.
says all sorts of random stuff, right?
Yeah.
But something that I found interesting, and something that this iceberg also mentioned, was whenever an NPC refers to the world, they refer to it as the world name, you know, whatever, you know, awful
Right.
post name you gave it, right? But there's
Dude.
one particular voice line where the Dryad straight up says, like, the game Terraria. You've probably seen the quote, "Be safe, Terraria needs you." I found that to be kind of interesting because you'd think she would just give the world name.
Wait, what is she referring to?
So I think the implication there is actually outside of the game. That if you get too busy in life, you know, you have too much of a work schedule, you have too much homework, you get hit by a car, you won't be able to play Terraria anymore. And so I think this is referring to that.
So it's a meta way of saying, hey, remember to come back.
it's a clean fourth wall break, bro. And then we have noise.png. I'm a personal fan of noise.png.
Noise.png?
Noise.png. Jared, what do you think noise.png stands for? Or represents? What do you think it is?
Well, what is the most important noise in Terraria? I think personally it's the hurt sound you get when you get hit by an enemy.
That's where you're wrong, you idiot.
This is such a rewarding conversation.
It says it right in the name, noise.png. It's an image file. Image file.
What does a noise look like?
I can show you.
Oh,
We have the photo. Welcome to noise.png, my friend.
that's like the worst image. What would it looks like? It looks like a bus carpet, like what bus seats look like.
Yeah, the resolution is so bad, you really can't tell. But I have the true answer to this one, Jared.
There's an
have the
answer?
knowledge. I understand what's going on in this photo. And actually, I know this not because I know anything about game development, but because I do some video editing, right? So
Right.
noise.png, it's for random generation, RNG.
So you're saying this is RNG in an image?
Yes. So the stuff of nightmares. With video editing, we have random generation aspects such as like water, wind, clouds that change depending on the noise value.
Okay.
Presumably it has something to do with this. At the same time, though, I have no idea. So really, I could just be speaking out of my ass this whole time. And I just convinced everyone on the internet.
Well, you convinced me
I convinced you, and that's
because
what
I need answers for this. Otherwise, it's gonna like keep me up at night.
it's your sleep paralysis demon. It barges
An
down
image,
an image.
really fuzzy image is my sleep paralysis. It's just this rectangle in the corner.
The Terraria 3DS map, Fire Flower. What could this possibly mean, Jared? What deep meaning?
Terraria
3DS.
Fire Flower on the 3DS.
On the 3DS. Did you even know that it was on the 3DS? I did, because I bought it. I spent
I did
money.
because on the wiki there's a boss for like a turkey or something. Yeah, and I was like, I want to fight this turkey, but it's only on the 3DS and or my phone, and I don't want to do that. So I guess I'll never fight the turkey.
So the interesting thing about this, right, is
Yeah.
the Terraria 3DS map Fire Flower is a sprite that you can find in the lower right region of the map out of bounds. So you have to go into the special building mode to get a zoomed in view of the map.
Right.
And in the bottom right corner, there's just a fire flower with no explanation. It's just
but why?
I don't know.
Like the weapon?
No, not even the weapon. I don't know what this sprite is from.
What is
fire
send
flower
it.
Sprite? Oh, here it is. I think it's from Super Mario 3.
Oh, I think it's World? Wait.
World sounds...
Yeah, Super Mario
is.
World.
Oh my god! Wait a second. Is that the...
Yep.
Wait.
It's from Super Mario World.
Hang on. We're unlocking this. So, do you know that Redigit created Super Mario Bros. X, right? It was a fan game.
No, I did not. I didn't even know this existed.
So, Redigit made Super Mario Bros. X, which, if my theory is right, is inspired by Super Mario World. Yeah! Oh my god! We just figured this out, bro!
So, wait. So he put the fire flower in Terraria in the corner as a reference to when he did this?
But, so the chain of events, right, is Redigit made Super Mario Bros. X, was made from the same, like, engine as Super Mario World. And then when this game was ported over to the 3DS, they put a fire flower sprite in the bottom right. But the reason they chose the particular sprite was because it was from Super Mario World instead of any other game. Because that was a question that I had. Like, why this particular fire flower sprite? Why a fire flower to begin with? You know what they should have put?
What?
The logo of today's sponsor. Just
oh boy. Okay. I wasn't sure what today's sponsor was, so I was like, haha, take it away.
Today's sponsor is nobody. All right. Well, any other last words, my friend? Any other tidbits of knowledge that you might know?
Do your taxes before they're due, otherwise they'll be late.
Otherwise they'll be late. Well, that about wraps it up. Go ahead and hit the like button if you enjoyed, and subscribe if you haven't already to catch further episodes where we cover more of the iceberg in detail. Thanks for watching.